Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Hello there, ladies and gents. And today we are questioning whether or not you are ready to rock with some Fortnite. Um, yeah, sorry about not really posting over here as much as I want to, other than the Kupolka, which I will admit has gotten way more attention than I thought it ever would. I am still working on the fan game before people ask. I just figured it'd be better to do it off stream so that way I don't spoil people with the details, I guess, because it's a murder mystery. It's not going to be very much fun if you know the mystery, and it's just a murder. Murder's not fun. I feel like that is certainly something I've said today. But anyways, so I figured I'd go back to basics, I guess. Stream a little bit on here, play some Fortnite, have some fun, like I used to back when I was primarily a YouTube streamer. And mind you, I still do have some plans here. Um, I would like to make a separate channel for VODs for my Twitch stuff, or maybe like edit down VODs and publish them here. If that's something you all would be interested in, do let me know because I'm still very lost with this sort of stuff, and I've been here for years. Like, all in all, I've been streaming like consistently since like seventh, going into eighth grade, which so like 2018, 2019, very early seasons of Fortnite, pretty much. Um, and I'm still very confused on what I want to do with this sort of thing, and that's not to say that I necessarily want any sort of personal gain from this. This is, and I've explained this several times on my Twitch. I don't do this for personal gain. I do this for fun. Um, I don't do this for any sort of money or sponsorships or whatever. If I do end up getting them, that's fine. If I don't, I'm not gonna be all up all night about it. Um, but either way, um, but yeah, I'm honestly surprised. Like crappy gameplay of my own Rhythm Heaven remix. Oh wait, I loaded into Festival. Sorry, wrong thing. I thought I'd already swapped over. Um. Anyways, like I was saying, I never expected my crappy gameplay of my own Rhythm Heaven remix. Reload, I haven't really played it. I mean, it's pretty interesting, but at the same time, you also have something else that does the exact same thing. So we'll go with the four, I guess. Um, but as I was saying, I'm kind of surprised that it did as well as it did. Because to be honest, even though that I made the remix myself, I'm still awful at it. But either way, uh, let's just get into it, I guess. Normally on Twitch I do like voice act and stuff, but I don't have that. I don't have that implemented here to where I can actually do a command and do it that way. Because that's how I do it on Twitch. I have like a command set up that lists all the voices I can do. Just to be frank with you all, I don't feel like getting all that set up. Um, and to be honest, for those of you who are maybe privy to both places I stream at here and, well, both places I do any sort of content on, Twitch and Twitch and YouTube. You might know I've kind of slowed down a little bit with output of content, and there's a significant reason for that, of which I would go into detail, but to be honest, it's so much, and I feel like it's hard for me to tell. Uh, but essentially, all that you guys need to know is that a friend of mine is in a little bit of a tight spot at the moment. A friend who I've bonded many a time over Fortnite and how much we both hate it. Um, and it's been a little hard. I'll be honest. It's been hard being able to get on and play because like the main reason why I play games, especially like multiplayer games like Fortnite or like Roblox or anything like that. Well, Roblox I just play naturally, but the main reason why I play multiplayer shooters like Apex or whatever is because I like playing it with other people. Because at least then I know that I'm not alone in what I'm feeling. It's like, especially if you're like heavily into the space, like into the what does this do? Oh wait, that's not the right thing. It's not what I meant to do. Um, but yeah, especially if you're really into the so I have no idea why I have both of those, but if you're really into the multiplayer like COD like space, not specifically that like big into it to where you're playing like every COD or like playing each individual update of Apex or something, then you know it's a little easier for someone like that person or you to understand exactly what someone is feeling on a given topic of a specific game, you know. Um, but then it would be to try to like play with someone who's a little less knowledgeable on the series you play, and you know all that. Um, and you know, me and him have been friends for very many a year, very many moons, if you will. I wouldn't, but you know that's just me. Uh, but yeah, so either way, um, he's in a little bit of a rough spot, and getting in to actually play games like this, it's a little hard because, like, you know, a lot of the appeal for me is just being able to play with other people. And he's like the only person I know who's like on modern gen consoles who isn't family, um, because that's a very big thing. Um, or for those few who are on modern gen console and aren't family, they're like there are very specific niche things like that both of us are into that just aren't really compatible, or like we would both only play like one game together. Um, with that being said, there's someone else who might, I don't know exactly where I'm gonna do this, but for those of you who maybe uh, aren't privy to the Twitch streams, or if I find out there's more people who know about the Twitch streams over the YouTube streams or whatever, um, or the other way around, shall I say, um, I'll do whichever way I need to. But there's a pretty good idea I've had for a little while. I'm finally, well, as soon as the person I have plans with gets everything ready and we can figure some stuff out with it, uh, we'll talk. The time is right. And by the way, when I say we'll, I'm not talking about like just me and him. I'm meaning like me, him, and my general YouTube / Twitch community. Um, of course I missed, and now they're gonna like hit the gritty on me because they think they're so much better because I missed with a sniper. I'm actually surprised that wasn't true. Because normally when I spectate someone immediately after dying with a Vic Crown, it's immediately like immediate gritty, immediate spam builds like they're doing now. But they're doing it now because they're actually in the fight. Oh my god, they missed that? Well, they're gone now, so hope you're glad, buddy. Oh, homie can't even edit right. Oh god. By the way, I want to make something pretty clear, and I talk to people on Twitch about this all the time, or at least when I stream on Twitch, I talk about this. Anytime I like pick fun at anyone or I say like something relatively mean towards the other person, I don't actually mean it. I don't. And you know, if any of them happen to be in stream at any specific point, then you know, good fight. I just wish it would have gone on a little better for me, I guess. Then again, that's just the nature of games, ain't it? But yeah, I also have something else in the works that I can't publicly divulge, just in case it's gonna hurt my chances for something. But I also will say it is not currently set in stone. Does that mean it will or won't happen? It's hard to say at this point. But I'm hoping, my fingers are crossed, that it does. Because, let's just say this. If it does, it's going to be really good. Because it's something I've been looking forward to for a little while. And if not, you know, whatever. But I think I'm gonna go to this house next to the Battlewood sign, even though that seemed like it's gonna be a pretty bad idea. Still think it's a better idea than landing Battlewood itself. Oh wait, no, it's a house in like a shack? A shanty? I don't know what that'd be called. Shed? Yeah, that's probably it. Schoolhouse? I don't know. Snow splash. What is this? Oh, huh. That might actually be pretty useful. Does it also heal shield though? I didn't look to see if it did. No. Okay, so it seems like it's just a better version of this one. If I did akin it to something, some other weaponry or device that was released. Or I guess maybe Big Bush Bomb, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Might actually be a better comparison. But yeah, as I was saying though, I guess just as of right now, the majority of my streaming life slash actual life is just secret after secret that I'm keeping just in case. What do you mean knocked? We killed him. Okay, so that's health only. That ain't shield. That's just um. But yeah, uh, one thing I can share, but I don't know if it'll happen. Is I've had this idea floating around the back of my mind that I would do a little bit more convention stuff, like if said convention ends up allowing, cameras, whatever. Uh, I was gonna do some of that, but I don't know if the one I'm planning on going to is A, even gonna happen, or B, if they allow photography or recordings. But yeah, so also if that's another thing that some of y'all would like to see, please, like I said, let me know. But yeah, so all in all, I'm hoping that I can get enough to get the battle pass for this season because well, first of all, I have a huge soft spot for both Back to the Future and what's it called? It's on the tip of my tongue too. Hold on, it'll come back to me, I think. Kill Bill. I've had huge soft spots for those series for years, and they're both here. So yippee! Oh, I thought you were. I thought he was above. I was a little confused. I was like, huh? Yeah, pretty good fight. I'll be honest. He put up more of a fight than the guy I killed earlier, and he was actually good. The guy I killed earlier. I just killed. No offense, Stone. Good fight though. Good fight. Um, but yeah, I have no idea how many games of this I'll be playing. I have no idea. I have no idea how long the stream's gonna go. I have no idea if I'm just gonna do Battle Royale. I think I will only do Battle Royale, but, nah, I mean, I don't know. I might change my mind and be like, you know what, screw it. I don't take enough risks here, and then decide to do some festival on top of it or something. Of course, it's a guy with a fixed crown. He's gonna hit the gritty because I feel just have the feeling based off that skin alone, or he's gonna like he spam cloaks. Or he's gonna waste like everything I have. Oh no, he's immediately going for a boss skin. Or he's going for a boss thing. Which I think he's gonna die to be honest. Yeah, he's gonna die. Like if not to the boss itself, he's gonna die like immediately after while trying to pick up the boss weaponry and the boss things. But he's gonna get sniped in the head with a boss transformation or something. Anyway. Good fight though, good fight. Except that you were an absolute coward and didn't let me get anywhere near you. Until I was completely dead. Yep, there you go. Immediately getting shredded by an arc laser. Oh, you missed. Oh, and you missed again. Oh, how sad. Oh, how extremely sad that every time you went for it, you missed. How did you miss with a shotgun? The entire point of those is that the spread is big. Tell me that's a guy I died to? No wonder he had to be a coward. Okay. But yeah, I'm sure you guys have probably noticed by now that kill feed has been off. There's a very specific reason for that. Uh, so it all goes back to a few. I think it's been 2 years now, maybe three. I don't know. Basically, since Fortnite seasons lasted a year, with like a mini season at the end of the year to kind of, or before the end of the year, so they could do the first season in December. Um, and essentially, it all started with a trend we noticed. By the way, when I say we, I mean me and the friend I previously mentioned was going through a bit of a rough spot. He noticed, and so did I, that that anyone we would point out in chat who had like a weird name would immediately be the one to kill us at the very end, or like right near the end, and he would be the sweatiest guy imaginable. Like you could practically smell the sweat through the screen. Um, but yeah, so and it made us both very aggravated. So I turned it off, and I think he left his on. I have no idea though. And to be honest, even though that we don't, we still we would like to play again, but unfortunately there are circumstances currently that is preventing us. Which, like I said, I won't be getting into, um, mainly because of his wishes. And even though that I don't think he's really had much of a presence over here, I still wouldn't like to be that guy and share that information without any sort of consent. Um, because that would be a really shitty thing to do, and you know, I value our friendship over, well, the majority of things. Even though that he's like the type of friend I can always be like, I can joke around a whole lot with. And to an outside observer, it seemed like we absolutely hate each other's guts, and we do. But that's besides the point. Nah, not really. We just act like it sometimes. I don't know. I guess just kind of some to break the monotony. I guess would be the best way I could define what how exactly that sort of thing worked between us. Or maybe not break the monotony. I guess maybe more like Kenny Kenny's respawn token. What? That's a thing? Sorry, like I said, I've not played recently. I haven't played since like the third or so. essentially, I haven't played. Well, actually, no. Technically, I didn't even play then because the last time I really like sat down and played like actual Fortnite, and I'm not talking festival. I'm not talking reload. I'm not talking anything that has standalone stuff. The last time I truly sat down and played Fortnite was on like the 21st of December. And, like I said, there are reasons for that. Mainly just like I don't like playing with people, man. Well, there's like three people I can kind of tolerate it with. One of which I haven't talked to in a while. One of which is the friend of mine who's going through a rough spot, and the other one is another person who I'm romantically involved with. Let's phrase it like that. And whenever I say tolerate, I don't mean it like I don't like this person. No. I mean it like more like just in general. I don't like playing with people, but like I can put up with it for them. And I'm really for the first guy, I haven't really talked to him since I don't know, probably like junior year of high school, I think. Um, and that was due to no fault of either of ours. It was just well, he went homeschooled for like a year, and then we just kind of he came back and he was like a year back when I was like a senior. Wait, what's that? Is that junior year or is that senior year? I forget what year it was. I'd like to say it was senior, maybe, and he was like a junior because he had been held, or he wasn't held back. He went into, I think it was half a semester uh, of, well, the first half of the semester of junior year, and they didn't honor that as a half year, so they just said, okay, you're going to be a junior the beginning of next semester too, or next year too. So yeah, he got pseudo held back, I guess. Is that really the best you got? What sick man sends babies to fight? Not fair though. Good fight, good fight. It was a little one-sided. Still a good fight. You hit me. I'll give you that much. Oh, I kind of expected that to have something in it. Well, I can jump out. Yep. That's exactly what I wanted, actually. That's better SMGs. Okay, okay. Our gun, I can use that. I guess it's better that I have the. I don't know if there's only one of these, but I sure hope there is because if there's multiple, like whatever the. I don't know what the specific thing was, but there was like one token that had like multiple from a few years back. Well, that's actually pretty handy. I fully expect that to be like the actual revive thing, where it actually like it makes you it just sits you to revive wherever you are, and then just like you can be shot and killed while trying to revive. But yeah, no, that's actually kind of nice. I hope it's the only one, because if not, that'd be way too OP. So that means I can just loot this chest and find another. Maybe they're exclusive to epic chests. Who knows? No, I'm good. You know that I probably should, considering I don't have any shields. I've some health, but it's not ideal. I have some weapons, but also not ideal, considering one of them is literally my heals. I also like how that one, the person who, like, tried to kill me was, like, so desperately trying to shoot me, thinking that I was just actually reviving. I guess maybe that's a new thing then, or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they just never seen it. Okay, I'm just kind of hoping and praying that I can make it for long enough to where I can, like, employ. Anyways, to where I can employ Donnie Strat number 247, aka faking it till I make it. You know what? I'm just gonna run over here. Why did the person who has the stick of truth wait till now? There's 6 people left, and I saw one. Like, I'd understand if it was like 3, and I'd be like, oh, okay, well, maybe. Oh, and of course it's a guy who has the Cartman skin and is going to die to storm even if he tries to get out. And of course, none of the other people could have at least done some damage to each other. It was me in the final, or the guy it's fifth. I'm gonna presume. Who just locked into a battle. Oh, and he has SpongeBob too. Why does he have SpongeBob and Cartman? Like two shows that fell so far off. Can they even be classified as shows anymore? Like SpongeBob as a series has fallen off so long ago that I didn't even think there was anyone who consistently liked it anymore. And then South Park, yeah, I guess there's like 8-year-olds who, much like the 8-year-olds of our time, liked it, but we liked it because it was actually good. They liked it because of the old episodes that were actually good, and because they make fun of anyone and everyone. And I get that, especially back in the day when it was actually kind of funny. But now it's just like, I mean, yeah, it's South Park, but didn't have the same soul, I guess, because I don't know, it just didn't feel. It doesn't feel as good as it used to, I guess, because I guess back then people were like actually fine with a lot of it, and a lot of people. Yeah, there were some people who were mad about South Park and all that. They especially if they were one of the ones who were targeted. There were some scenarios where people were like, "Oh, well, I don't really like South Park," but there are also a lot of people who are like, "Yeah, yeah, that's me." And the few people who weren't were more often than not either actually awful people or I can't say for one person though. I can safely say, yeah, okay, they were fair enough to be like, I didn't like this. But for others, I can be like, well, I mean, come on, man, you gotta learn to laugh at yourself sometimes. I do it all the time, or something. Where you tell me there are like thousands of people who are all landing ripped tides. Oh, and you gotta feel bad for that, man. If I had an I'm sorry emote, I would use it. But I will use the closest thing I've got. I didn't really think about it until just now, but should that be playing even though that I have my copyrighted audio off? Because, I don't know, I guess I kind of thought that'd be copyrighted, because, I mean, it is from a show. I guess maybe, like, Matt and Trey are a little less protective when it comes to that sort of thing, but Speaking of which, I think I might have just realized why I feel like South Park just kind of fell off. I guess, or at least in my opinion, I feel like it's because South Park, they used to make jokes at the people who thought they were untouchable. And a lot of people who weren't privy to having jokes made about them, or people who were, but were always like, yeah, yeah, whatever. And even sometimes some fans, which, that's certainly a nice way to do it. But I guess over the years, they just started going after anything and everything, including things that were very easy to make fun of, like the whole crime and feastables and whatever situation. Like they made an entire special making fun of them. Like, okay, buddy, get it. You're up to date with trends, and yeah, I get that we're always kind of referential of real life trends, but also like you didn't have to make an entire special based off of something that was discussed way before. Actually, I'll let me take the shotguns. Um, but yeah, I know I didn't say it in the moment, but good fight, man. Honestly, that's probably one of the better fights I've had recently. Except for that guy who sparked this whole thing earlier, where I was talking about. Well, one of the two people who sparked the whole conversation with South Park falling off. I don't know. That's probably like it's such a low likelihood that the person who I fight is watching whatever I'm doing, or happens to stumble across my stream or whatever. But you know, I guess one of my main questions as of right now. So like, in terms of Fortnite, what could they possibly do for the mini season? Like, I guess it's way too early to tell, but the first one they did was, I think, Star Wars? Was Star Wars the first one? I guess it technically was, but it wasn't actually like a mini season technically, or they didn't treat it like one. They treated it like it's its own thing, and that's mainly because there's been a lot more, or there were so many Star Wars ones before. So the first real like mini season, quote unquote, was was a Simpsons one. And obviously, I'd presume that they don't do exclusively animated shows or whatever. So, would they do it based off of like a game? Because honestly, if they did it based off of any specific game that's coming out soon, I can think of like three, or like any thing that's based off of a game, I can think of three. Um, there obviously you got Fallout because there's a Fallout TV show coming out like I don't know when, but not that I'm keeping up with it. I I have Prime. I don't really use it. I used it a little bit just to watch the Batman animated series, and that's really it. That's all I use it for in Columbo. I guess I also watch a little bit of Murder She Wrote on there too, but that's like it. Yeah, you can tell I have a very specific type of media niche. Who built this? Oh, someone who's dead now, I think. But yeah, no, I feel like it'd be boring if they just did all of their mini seasons based off of like TV shows slash movies. Um, but I mean, the Fallout series is kind of like a. It's supposed to be a big release for a lot of people, a lot of Fallout fans, which I myself am one, but I don't care enough to be honest. I didn't watch the first season either, and I know it's supposed to be like Fallout New Vegas based, which is like my second favorite Fallout game, but I don't know. Guess it's just I didn't care for it when it came out. I still really don't even. They're trying to capture the hearts of New Vegas fans. Which, like I said, well. I mean, I'd have to go through the entire series myself. I like not play through it, but I'd have to like think about them mentally and actually rank them. But I think it'd be about like second or third favorite. For anyone who is maybe a little bit curious, my favorite is two, or at least usually is two. Oh yeah, you hit one random little shot, and I guarantee he's gonna be like, "Oh my god! Oh my god!" Anyways, I think that's all for me. Even though that it's been under an hour, which I usually try to shoot for these being an hour. Just, I don't know. I think it looks a little nicer that way, I guess. But I honestly couldn't care enough. Considering I died to a guy who I missed a single shot on, he immediately got out of his car, built to where I was, and made sure I couldn't fly away. So I couldn't live and learn from that experience. Hanging on the edge of tomorrow. Anyways, um, um, for anyone who maybe wants a more traditional game thing, there's the Kupolka that was uploaded a week ago. That is a rather great remix. It's really fun to do, and I highly recommend if you do have the ability to play Heaven Studio to check the Heaven Studio Discord out. Download it. There's an updated one. I haven't recorded the footage for the updated one, but y'all ain't really this much. But either way, I'll see y'all next stream. Bye, y'all.